here. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be
You can say that again. Wait, Paimon's got it! You must be here for one of your Oh, Arlenette and...
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to
Well...
Since the two of you are so curious.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Father, you're here.
You know... On second thought, maybe we...
No need to be nervous. I could sense your... Of course. I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many... I understand. As for right now, however, as for the issue at hand...
What sort of...
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of...
A phantom child?
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Heart. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might... Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests.
Of course, Father. It has long been a dream of mine to invite you. You're quite well... If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little chat? Of course. Let's go. We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later.
Awesome!
Well, when I with this many people staying in Poisson...
Okay, well, there are all sorts of rumors, but now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house...
Well, you're more than welcome to come along.
Linny! You're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep. Hello?
It's the Traveler in Paimon!
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around them all at once. We don't want to scare off...
Oh, it's all right! Of course! Father and Linny have told us so much.
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard her give. As you can imagine.
I heard the Traveler is so strong that she can move a mountain. I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire pantry at Hotel de Borin. Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, not cool. Oh, wait. When guests visit, you're supposed to give them... Oh, we don't need something like that. Come on. Huh? Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys...
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight I was poisoned, not...
But those are the best things we can give you. Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone...
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for... You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion...
Really? Awesome! It's been so long since we have had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just... Yeah, especially if it's poison or something. I've got all sorts of potions for that.
Well, we'll talk to you all later. We've still got supplies to distribute.
All right, see you later.
Bye! Lenny, about all that poison and
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Heart. When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity. He was labeled a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his family. Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret. You really have to keep an eye on that one. Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, I know you two probably... Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are...
Ah, allow me to introduce...
Oh, you're the famous duo. It's nice to meet you. I heard
of course, we're making.
Oh, good for you.
you must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now then. Have you?
Oh, this is the first.
It seems like it's going to be...
Oh, and there's the Blind Maiden, too. That one is supposed to have audience interaction. After this mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair. Wonder how much it'll cost.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easier to get along with than the others?
I heard that.
Oh!
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others? Yeah,
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait to get back to Snezhnaya to carry out the plan.
That's enough, Filial.
Ah, don't talk about family members behind their back, right?
Well, that's it.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could. You're right. Oh, Lenny's getting
So, what do you think? well, I should probably get cooked.
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Huh? Fremine? What are you doing here?
Hey, nice to see
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along?
seafood soup?
Were you looking for something just... Yeah, we've got some left.
Some food and water.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us.
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry.
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not...
Maybe it'll be.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face.
Just follow me.
You're back!
Hello, my name...
Hi, Lenny. I'm also a child of the House of the Heart. Just like you. You can call me Clairvy.
Clairvy?
It's nice to. Does that name ring any.
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. What I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak in. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it.
No, I haven't told anyone.
For how long?
About half a month now.
So ever since we got to Poisson, then. Do you have any idea?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? 'Cause from what you know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do, but
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like... Linny, don't you remember last year? Chaplot nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes, but I couldn't find the source of that feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices.
So what you're saying is, that was her?
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an but she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all... I couldn't just hand her over.
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually.
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order from Father, but I also don't want to put Clairvy in danger.
Come with me. There are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private.
Those two sure care. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where No way. They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, 'cause I also have a friend like that. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
I'm sorry, Linny.
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause
Huh?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive long...
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. You and Lynette are the most...
Oh, looks like things are getting kinda heated between... Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes on. Hey, you two! Hope we... Oh, wait a minute. Well, we're off.
It's just a small family dispute. It's...
What are you getting at?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any dispute, I... just... Thank you.
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then that means finding out where...
I've tried that already.
And?
And she even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is, she followed.
I don't know much about spirit.
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you fulfill... Oh, it's just that Paimon does...
Well, sounds like...
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the...
Of course.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2... I swear. Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremen.
You three, Traveler. And you...
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. But I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in. If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to
You're not. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clairvy, we'll figure out our next move. There's no time to lose.
I'm full. Thank you for bringing me this food, you guys. She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clairvy can interact with the physical world at all. Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while. Maybe, in her mind,
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried.
Clairvy, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask...
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm Clairvy.
Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join the House of the...
Huh? Isn't it the knave brings you here and then you can't leave?
It's just that... your name... it's not on the roster. And I've never seen you before.
The roster? Oh, I get it. The people in charge. They're not as nice in this house. Some people are family and... Wait, does that mean the knave... she...
Is there anyone that can vouch for...
Perry. She's my best friend.
Have either of you heard of that name?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy. But it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or... maybe we...
What?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles.
To go outside, where the sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. I'll try and find a way to use base... Lynette, Fremine, you stay in Poisson.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us? What should we do?
I really appreciate your willingness to help. Let me think.
Ah, Paimon gets it.
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking, and it'll alert me that some... Of course, that's only as a last... If the worst-case scenario happens, you too. I really hope this goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the only way this can get resolved.
It's the knave and child. Hey,
Oh, it's you two. I was unconscious. I couldn't have that now, could I?
what sort of unfinished...
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me try.
Oh,
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence,
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better first.
The worst of it is, it's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over. But they really did help speed up, and that's good because...
Project Student.
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrader's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving besides, considering how little they see.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Heart.
Well, right!
Is that so?
Good question.
The fact that you have to...
Spoken like a
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve it.
Wait, don't go!
I'd also like to hear the answer. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting...
And why would I betray...
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least, that's what I... Okay, I admit.
Wait, did you...
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty...
Well, nothing much.
I see.
Oh, based on your reaction.
Hardly. I don't know. Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved. But call yourself a Fontainian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised.
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply made it easier to operate. The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies.
Good. Like I said, I like it when others have...
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of... I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments.
Well, that's only a recent development.
They were that high stakes? Whew,
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
Okay. Well, would you look at the time? Traveler, Paimon?
again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look...
All right.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part.
I like the sound of...
We should probably get going to...
Oh? You want me to leave so...
Oh,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please, for...
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was... Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went. did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... Well, we could always try... Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could... How did it go?
Good. I've got the list. It's
Really? Well... Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade... La... Oh, yikes. That our rare guy has a huge scar on his face. He's...
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received.
Did he say anything?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation... It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but... it didn't work. One day, Father asked to see him.
Wait, so that means...
It may seem cruel, but its betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. Her name's not here, huh? Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything? Fremine.
Sorry. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't...
strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past. Times when people...
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different...
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But as members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering people like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision, they're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filial and Nantoy, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as enthusiastic.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like...
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filial and the... I can't say for sure.
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the dark. She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children.
And they just believed all that?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually...
Whoa. Hold on. What's this Project Stuja all about?
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in
Wait, but isn't that...
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly it's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
Okay, super...
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we
can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Well, Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... You have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? Oh, well, in that case, we should just plan on... Look! Look over there! Quick! Let's catch up with her before anyone sees! Over there! Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast! Oh, look! She stopped! Clairvy! Shh! I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? Oh, please, help us get on the same page. Sure. Although, after you hear all this, everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. As long as you're useful, you get to... You're saying it's just that? Everyone thinks she's a good Mother? But she doesn't deserve that title. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Perry? Also, Paimon, it almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's... Well, in any case, it seems she looks so young. but it seemed... it's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? Perry and I promised Ethan, but I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother. But we just fought. She doesn't want to see me. What should I do? Well, let's head back.
All right, looks like we're all here.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you...
Well, we met the doctor back...
It's possible we're not really... I did hear Father rejected...
Secret experiment? Could...
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment. It's the details of the I know you don't agree with some of...
Alright, that's good to... Clairvy seems to... It's just that... It doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the knave direct.
Father didn't come back last night. She's Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. All right, let's get...
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale.
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here.
Us? Distract you? Good one. But...
Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any
the ocean breeze is...
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing in... Oh, good idea. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happened. Okay, then we
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, I'm glad to see-
You're not
I assume you're referring to Linny, although there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray-
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rule-
But don't you care?
Any organization in which feelings... Perhaps I can offer you this consolation. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will... As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others.
But...
Ah, you seem If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, if their efforts are unsuccessful on... Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such...
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to I asked you to meet me here because I have business. Well, time to go. It's been a while, I must say.
It is only right that, although if I may speak, I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well.
I'll be departing It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see—
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette. So allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean.
Did you get any of that?
your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to—
I seem to recall there being—
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine, and, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassin—
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth— Of course, if you accept my proposal—
You choose your words—
My thanks for your generosity. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water.
Indeed.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you—
You really want to know?
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Oh, shoot. Are you all right? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these well...
Oh, you don't have to give us...
Please, it's my fault.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here.
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to
I'll take 3 papers.
Oh! If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably...
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson.
Actually, why don't we... Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to...
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Clairvy.
Wait, why are you being so...
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent.
Then what...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive... Wonderful. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation.
Okay, sounds...
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by No one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once happened here. It was before I became a harbinger. And before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all...
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this...
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them, Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be...
So those were the experiments Clairvy... You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so... If Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina...
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother. To prove that she treated all her children. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but... It was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy—
Wait, the friend that...
Friend, huh? I suppose... Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through, despite their difference. There may have been a certain, even with her body racked with pain.
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. It was during this time Clairvy rejected. Clairvy never gave enough if she couldn't escape, and precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. From that moment on, it was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation.
Crucibini, you mean?
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, after I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. And that is where the story ends.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little...
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old, but what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing. Memory is a...
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were...
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about...
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable, but other times, shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes. The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house isn't but. No matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't
Wait! Paimon can understand what... So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least...
It's too late for that. I hope you understand.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friends quite a bit more time.
Here they are, Father.
Oh, you gonna execute him? Seeing some... Lenny!